When is the last time you posted something? And I'm talking about something good, something you actually worked on, not something that you AI'd, something that came from a deep conviction, that Holy Spirit fire of anger or that Holy Spirit fire of passion inside of you. Think about that for a moment. When was the last time you posted that? And then in 2 seconds, it was just gone. Off into the algorithm land, gone. You spent real time on that. You said something true. Maybe you even said something polarizing, but it was your thought leadership. You said something that could have actually changed the life of the person that you are called to serve. You said something that came straight from what God put in you to carry. It was Holy Spirit inspired. And then the algorithm decided it was only worth showing to maybe 2% of your followers. Meanwhile, someone doing a trending audio, pointing fingers and dancing and saying absolutely nothing just got 40,000 views. I need you to hear something before we go any further today. This is not a you problem. This is a platform problem. You are never meant to fit into a 2-second content cycle. You are a thought leader. You are a kingdom authority. You carry depth and conviction and a kingdom message that requires more than a 30-second reel to land properly. And here's the part that makes me the most fired up. Social media is not just failing you, it is actively suppressing you. That polarization, that nuance, that conviction, everything that makes your message yours. That is exactly what the algorithm is designed to flatten. And then you start to question your calling. Lord, did I even hear you right? Do people even want what I have to say? And then you start trying to chase algorithms, play the algorithm hunger game. And my friend, kingdom CEOs do not chase algorithms. Today, I'm going to tell you what they do instead. Hey, welcome back to the Kingdom Business Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Kristen Duranci, a kingdom business strategist and creator of Business by God's Design framework and advisory. The mission of this show is simple: to help kingdom women in business build profitable, sustainable, and impactful businesses without being a slave to social media, without chasing trends, and without compromising 1 single inch of the depth that God put in you to carry. If you are new here, hello. I am so glad that you found this podcast. I help amazing women just like you build what I call a business by God's design. That means owned audience, deep thought leadership, real relationships, real transformation, and a front-end strategy that actually converts without you having to perform for a platform that does not care about your calling. And today we're talking about the platform that changed everything for me, personally and in business. Not because someone told me to go get on it, because I watched it reward exactly what social media suppresses. We are talking about Substack, but not the way most people talk about Substack. We are not talking about newsletters. We are not talking about writing a book. We are not talking about email marketing. We are talking about using Substack as that front-end trust pathway, that easy yes offer for your entire business. Stick with me. This episode is going to shift something for you. Before we get into today's episode, if you have not yet subscribed to the Kingdom Lens on Substack, I want you to go do that right now. The link is in the show notes. It's completely free. I'll wait. You get a highly valuable article a week from me regarding business strategy or Substack strategy. No algorithm deciding who gets to see it, just strategy Kingdom conviction delivered straight to your inbox every single week. The link is in the show notes. Go grab it. Subscribe to the Kingdom Lens on Substack. I want to start here because I think a lot of us have been told that the problem is us. Just post more consistently, they say. Use better hooks. Study the algorithm. Batch your content. Repurpose everything. Show your face more. Do trending audio. Try Threads. Try Pinterest. Maybe just try harder. And then some of you have done all of that. You have been consistent. You have been strategic. You have been showing up. And it is still not working the way you need it to. And here is why. Instagram and Facebook are built to keep people on their platform. That is their entire business model. They are not built to help you get paid. They are not built to grow your business. They are built to serve ads to your audience. And you are the content they use to keep the audience scrolling just long enough to see those ads. You are the product, not the business owner, the product. And here is something even more specific happening for women like you, women with conviction-led, kingdom-rooted, nuanced, polarizing messages. The algorithm does not reward that. It rewards entertainment. It rewards performance. It rewards surface. Let me tell you about my nephew. I have the joy of picking up my nephew from school 2 days a week. And towards the end of the school year, he is moving into that age of having a phone and certain social media accounts. And he said, "Hey, Aunt Kiki." Yes, that's what they call me, Aunt Kiki. "Did you know I have 1.4 thousand subscribers to my YouTube channel?" I said, "Wait, what? You have a YouTube channel?" And then I caught myself and said, "Wait, you have 14,000 subscribers? No, tell me more, child." He showed me his videos, the 30-second shorts about God and faith, and one of them had 4,000 views. I just looked at him. I handed the phone back because I pour my heart and soul into a thought leadership post, something with real depth, real kingdom strategy, and I get, "Oh, I like that pic." Likes are not leads until they're on your email list. I know you know that. But here's what that moment proved to me. The algorithms of Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube reward entertainment. They were never designed to steward the message that you carry. Now, there are other voices in the online business space doing entire movements around this same idea. Anti-social school, grow without being on social media, stop building your business on rented land. I want to take that and go one step further for you today, because there is a specific platform that was built for exactly what you carry, and most kingdom women in online business are completely sleeping on it. When you post on Instagram or Facebook, that platform owns the relationship, not you. They decide who sees your content, when they see it, and whether your account even survives the next algorithm update. You have spent years building an audience you do not own. And that ends today. Let me tell you what Substack actually is in 2026, because most people still think it's a newsletter platform. It is not. Substack is a full multimedia business hub. It hosts your long-form articles and your thought leadership, your short-form notes, your audio, your video, your live sessions, even your paid community spaces, and your automated email delivery, all under one roof, a roof that you own. When someone subscribes to you on Substack, free or paid, you get their email address. You own that relationship, not Substack, you. And that is what I mean when I say that you own the real estate. It is yours. The algorithm cannot decide whether they see your work. You have a direct line to that person you're called to serve. And nothing, no hack, no platform, no update, no algorithm change can take that from you. And that is what owned audience means, and the entire foundation of a sustainable business by God's design. Now, I want to tell you something personal, because I didn't come to Substack because it sounded like a good idea. I came to Substack because I really had no other choice. At the beginning of 2025, I was hacked right before a huge launch. I lost everything. My Facebook community of over 1,000 people inside, where my launch runway was happening, every social media account, every follower, every piece of content I built on those platforms. I lost Instagram, Facebook, everything. My access, gone. Audience, gone. Years of showing up, gone. It was emotionally devastating. But here's what I discovered in the wreckage of all of that. I still had my best year in business yet. That launch was the best launch to that date. I had to sit and think with that at the end of 2025. I literally just had the best year of my business in a time when the gurus and experts were saying that it is such a hard time to build because of the trust recession. I really had to sit and think, how did I have the best year in business in 2025 after I lost everything on social media and I had been told to build on social media? And what landed for me was that I leveraged and used strategies that I have been using since I started in 2019 all the way to 2021, which exponentially grew my authority and email list. It was kingdom connections and collaborations. I owned my email list. I owned my relationships, and none of that could be taken from me. No hacker, no algorithm, no platform deciding my account violated their community guidelines. None of it. The women that I was called to serve could still find me because I owned that line of communication. That is not theory. That is a testimony to the importance of being a human first in your business and leveraging relationship-based sales. I'm Kristen Duranci, Kingdom Business Strategist, creator of Business by God's Design framework, and the woman who lost every social media account in 2025 and still had her best year ever due to being a human first in my business. And that is why I decided to move on to Substack. I saw the writing on the wall. That was where deep thought leaders were moving. And I knew that my best fit ideal client was not on social media, scrolling, looking to get her problem solved. When I launched the Kingdom Lens on Substack at the end of February in 2026, I did not import my existing email list of over 3,000 subscribers. I started completely from zero, completely organic, and within 30 days, I had 60 subscribers. Women who have never heard of me before. Within 3 weeks, I ranked number 69 rising in business on Substack. And 2 days later, when I shared it with my existing email community, I jumped to number 21. 90% of those women were brand new to me. The platform found them for free, without a single reel. Organic reach that actually works, because Substack is actively designed to surface conviction-led voices, not well-funded ad accounts. And here is something I need you to sit with. Your ideal client is already on Substack, or she's heading there soon. She's tired of social media too. She wants to go deeper, not scroll faster. She came to Substack to read, to think, to grow, and to find the solution to her problem. She is looking for a voice she can trust. She is looking for you. And right now, she can't find you. I want to pause right here because what I'm about to share in the next point is exactly what we build together inside the Kingdom Business Revolution Inner Circle. my paid membership inside the Kingdom Lens on Substack. If you're ready to go deeper than just listening to this episode, if you want the full thread framework, the Friday deep dive sessions, and the Boldly Convicted guide to extract your movement-based marketing message, the Inner Circle is where we do that work together. The link is in the show notes. This is the piece nobody is talking about, and it is the piece that separates Substack as a hobby from Substack as a business. Most women who get on Substack treat it like another content posting platform, another place they have to show up. They open a new tab, pick a name, start publishing, and then wonder why nothing is converting. The problem is not the content. The problem is that there is no thread. Inside my Business by God's Design methodology, I teach something called the thread framework. The idea is that every piece of your Substack has a purpose, not randomly posting and hoping people figure out what you do, but intentionally leading the right woman through a clear pathway. Here's how the pathway works. A stranger, she finds your content. A note, a shared article, a restack, she sees yourself in your words for the first time. She becomes a subscriber. She opts in. Free content gives her a reason to stay. Every post, every article builds the case that you understand her better than anyone else. A paid member, she pays. Trust is confirmed. A $7, a $19 monthly investment is not a significant financial decision, but it is a significant relational one. Now she has skin in the game. She became a buyer. Think about it like the candy bar at the grocery store checkout line. You've been craving chocolate all day. You're standing in the line, and there it is, that big Hershey bar. You do not have to pull up your bank account, call your husband, or ask permission to buy it. You grab it and you throw it on the conveyor belt because it solves the problem right now. That is exactly what a well-positioned and well-priced Substack paid tier feels like. An easy yes, immediate value, no friction. Then she moves on to that next offer. She says yes to more. An intensive, a program, maybe even a workshop. Not because she was pressured, because the relationship was already being built, and your mid or high ticket offer becomes that obvious next step. And then she becomes a high ticket client. She steps into your deepest work. And this is where she is going to get the deepest transformation. This is the destination. This is your business by God's design. And she arrived here not because of a funnel with a tripwire, a downsell, and just being placed out in no man's land. She arrived here because you pulled that thread through. You pulled the thread from one post to one conversation to one relationship at a time. Here's what I want you to understand. The paid tier inside your Substack is not your main offer. It is the bridge between stranger and high-ticket client. Price it at an easy yes, low enough that she doesn't have to think about it, valuable enough to deliver a real transformation. Your first paid subscriber is not just revenue in your bank account. She is proof of concept. She said yes to your message before you had a big following, a polished brand, or even a fully validated high-ticket offer. That is the most powerful data point in early business building. Whether you're in the early business stages or not, Substack is the vehicle, and your business by God's design is the destination. A Substack with no path to an offer is still just a hobby. You have been creating content for an audience you do not own on a platform that decides who gets to hear your message. You have been shrinking your conviction to fit a format that was never designed for the depth of your message. The Kingdom Business Revolution Inner Circle inside the Kingdom Lens on Substack is where we build it differently, where your thought leadership gets to land in the way it was meant to land, where the women you're called to serve find you and where that thread leads her all the way home. Come join us. The link is in the show notes. All right, let's bring this all home today. Here's what we covered thus far. 1, the platform problem is real and it is structural. Social media was never built for your depth. The algorithm suppresses conviction, nuance, and polarizing thought leadership. That is not a you problem. That is intentional, and it's a social media issue. 2, Substack was built for women just like you. It's not a newsletter tool. It is a full multimedia business hub that rewards exactly what social media suppresses: deep thought leadership, authentic voices, and real relationships. And when someone subscribes, you own that relationship. I don't care how many likes I get on Instagram or Facebook. I don't get that person's email. And I love that even when someone subscribes for free on Substack, if they're just checking me out, I get that email so I can continue to nurture them and establish a relationship and pull that thread all the way through the paid tier to my mid and high ticket offers. And in Substack, no one can take that from you, not even a hacker. Even if something happened to Substack, you still own that email list. The third thing that we talked about, Substack only works as a business strategy when it is positioned well and positioned as a trust pathway to your mid and high ticket offers, not just another content posting channel. The thread framework is what turns a stranger into a paid subscriber and a paid subscriber into a high ticket client. This thread is not accidental. It is built post by post, relationship by relationship. And here's the question I want to leave with you today. What if the platform you are just now learning about, or might have been sleeping on because you thought it was just a newsletter platform, is one that was actually built for the depth of your message and everything that you carry? I have written the full step-by-step breakdown of exactly how to build your Substack as a Christian woman in online business as the front-end trust pathway, including the thread framework, how to set up your paid tier from day one, and what your first 3 posts should be. The article is live right now on the Kingdom Lens on Substack. The link is in the show notes. Go read it, then come back and tell me what shifted. If this episode cracked something open for you, if you've been exhausted from chasing an algorithm that was never going to reward your message or your calling, share this with one kingdom woman in business who needs to hear it. She's out there, she's tired, and this episode might be the one that changes everything for her. Thank you for being here. And until next time, go build it by God's design.